Hello, good evening, and thank you for joining us on Mountain Echoes. Today is Friday, the 21st of March, 2025. Now, Mountain Echoes is your current affairs programs that comes to you every other day, Mondays through Fridays, from 7:45 p.m. to 9 p.m. On the program, we discuss very critical issues that make news across the board. And of course, talking about issues, tonight we have something very important to talk about. Now, the fathers of the church, the Catholic Men Association, are having a big diocesan feast. They're having a triple event this Saturday, the 22nd of March 2025. First, they are celebrating the 75th anniversary at the level of the Catholic Men Association of the Diocese of Boya. Remember, the Diocese of Boya on May 7 will celebrate 75th anniversary. But the Catholic Men Association is celebrating it early. Second, they would also be dedicating some new members who have undergone training and processing. Now they are refined to be called the Men of Honor. So they will be dedicated by the Bishop and Chief Shepherd of the Diocese of Boya, His Lordship Michael Bibi. And then the last will be the celebration of Saint Joseph. Saint Joseph, the Man of Honor, of course. We celebrated him this week, but the Catholic Men Association will give a full-fledged celebration this Saturday. It is a 3-in-1 celebration, and of course, that is the more reason why Mountain Echoes thought it wise to bring it on board and let us shape opinion and create some fervent understanding, and if not, mobilize the Christian community to turn out a mass to celebrate with the Catholic Men Association. We say welcome on board. We will be talking about the Catholic Men Association and much you would be learning in today's edition of the program. My name is Yannick Funke, and I'm the anchor for the program tonight. And tonight, I will be joined by 3 very important personalities who are top-notch in the executive, the running of the Catholic Men Association in the Diocese of Boya. Now, we're having Mr. Ambe Cletus. Mr. Ambe Cletus is the Vice President of the Catholic Men Association in the Diocese of Boya, and definitely he would be giving us some great insight with regard to the program of tomorrow. We are also blessed to having Mr. Njikan Gabriel. Mr. Njikan Gabriel is a pedagogue, but he is also the chief whip of the Catholic Men Association, the Diocese of Boya, and we're happy having him on board. Definitely, we would be welcoming our guests very shortly after this break. Welcome back, and of course this is Mountain Echoes. Tonight we're talking about activities leading up to the peak celebration of the 75th anniversary of the Diocese of Boya. But for the Catholic Men Association, it is time good enough for them to celebrate it. Reason why they will be having their own turn to celebrate the 75th anniversary this Saturday, the 22nd of March 2025. Now, like I told you, we have some guests in the studio. We have Mr. Njikan Gabriel, who is the head this. Yes, of course, you are the discipline master, the chief, and you hold a lot of functions. I like you to put it together for us. You've been doing some fidgeting there, but I like you to do the justice for us. Thank you very much for joining us.
It's my honor Mr. Yannick calling me and inviting me for this program, which is, as you rightly say, it is the talk of the week. Talk of the week as far as the Catholic Men Association is concerned in the Diocese of Buea. And secondly, thank you very much for putting in a lot of time to find out what is happening and what we are doing as Catholic men to make sure that this occasion holds very, very, very solemnly. I'm honored to be here, and I'd like to give a big shout out to my Diocese President who gave my name up for you to call me to invite me here.
Absolutely, he did.
Thank you very much. I thank you very much. He's still stranded in Moloko. We are the co-cathedral trying to put things in place for the occasion of tomorrow. And the rain that thundered down this evening in Buea is like it's angry with the gods.
Well, it's a blessing. I see it will be a blessing because we're having a big occasion tomorrow. So we water the soil and make it to grow tomorrow. So I think it's going to be a wonderful celebration. Yes.
I think it will be, Mr. Yannick, just like you try to intimidate, I'm the liturgy master.
Yes, the liturgy master. You're right.
You're right. In as much as I do other activities, but I'm liturgy master.
You have so much.
Honestly,
yes,
God has given me, and you people are supporting us to make things work. We have been trying to work together with the chaplain was there yesterday, Father Jude Sumbi. He was with us yesterday. This afternoon we are at the co-cathedral and secretariat side where the ceremony will be taking place. The joint ceremony will be taking place. The triple ceremony, triple ceremony. Place there. And I want to say thanks very much. Our Lord Bishop Bibi Michael was present. In fact, he came around to see what's happening.
Wonderful.
We thank God for his energy and for his strength for bringing him back. He was right there and met us on the spot. And in fact, he had some words with us and trying to tell us how to arrange the sitting accommodation and everything, the way the altar will be placed and all that stuff. And he did insist that people should be on time because time will be nobody's friend tomorrow. So we are there preparing for what? Occasions that you have mentioned. 1, 75 years of the Diocese of Buea since its creation.
Right. Now, we're going to talk about the occasion of tomorrow.
Yes.
It's a very important occasion, which, of course, we can make any less meaning out of it. We'll definitely be talking about it. But let's understand the Catholic Men Association. We'll definitely be talking with the other panelists. But let's start with you. Yes. Share with us the Catholic Men Association. What is it all about? And in the context of the Diocese of Buea, shed some light for us.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Yannick, for this question, which is very topical and very important. Catholic Men Association. From the name itself, Catholic Men Association. These are fathers, our parents, they are young men who've decided to dedicate themselves to serving God in a very particular way. Particular way which the bishops of BAPEC, that's the Bishop of the Bamenda Ecclesiastical Province, have called Fathers of the Church. They decided to give themselves these attributes, which were the attributes of St. Joseph, the husband and Mary, St. Joseph the workman. So we've decided, I'm talking about we because I'm part of it, we decided to have this group in the college, which started as far back as the history goes. It started in Kumbu many years back, and from Kumbu it spread to Buea Diocese here. It came in the days of when we had Pangbashi. It's in Tiko. It started in Tiko. Yes, it started in Tiko at Christ the King College, Tiko.
Oh my God.
Group of 12 people who sat after church and decided to talk about this. And they invited the parish president, who was Father Coleman, to talk about it, that they wanted to have a role to play in church. Every time was women, Catholic women, and the men were just being like observers. So they decided that they should come on board and see what they could do as Catholic men, as men, to be involved in the running of the church, in the activities of the church. And that is how it all started in Tiko. And from there it started spreading. From Tiko it started spreading, having branches around the place. At the time we were talking about the one diocese. Mark that we're talking about Buea, Kumba, and Manfi. Bamenda, of course, was different, was on its own with Kumbu. But we're talking about these three dioceses. So we had people from Kumba who were there trying to manage the affairs. Were running it, and at the time Bishop Paisawa was the Bishop of Buea Diocese at the time, and we had one of our first spiritual directors or chaplains, President Archbishop Bamunda. Can you guess the name?
Yeah, of course.
Archbishop
His Grace Andrew Kia, yes.
He was one of the chaplains, and he was a disciplinarian.
Right.
I remember even there was a time the CMA was suspended for conflicts between those of the so-called Buea area or Fako area and those of Kumba area. And they suspended that, and he said no Catholic men associations should function. And they had to function at the level of branches but not at the level of diocese. Well, that was quite draconian, isn't it?
Of course.
Quite draconian.
He was setting some records straight.
He did, and that put some records straight. We had people like Pa Joseph Jode, Elias, Pa Kolewa Matuga, and all those fellows, Pa Olaude, and all these names. And you could see, Yannick, some steam was brought into CMA, which today has taken off. We're talking of a membership today in Buea Diocese, take of Kumba and take of Malfe. We're talking of a membership of 924.
Wow.
924. And that is not just chicken numbers. There are people who are solid, who have been drilled in the teachings of the church, the scriptures, and the traditions of the church as well. So we do this kind of training for these men to be dedicated.
Right. Now, what happens in CMA? We know that men come together to push evangelization in their own ways and all of that. But within CMA, what are the activities that take place?
Yes. CMA, to start with, we have to underline this and make it very clear. CMA, Catholic Men Association, is apolitical. It has no affiliations to any political party.
Right. And
we have no tenets of political wranglings or political wranglings in the meeting. We are solely a church grouping.
Exactly.
We are an action group of the church. Action group. In other words, we help the church to run certain activities in church. For instance, you remind me, and I think you know better than I do, that some of the laws of the church say the sixth commandment, the sixth law of the church's teaching, the laws of the church. The sixth one says you should help fathers and the bishop. Let me say it in Pidgin so that they hear better. Say help father and bishop. So Catholic Men Association carries out these activities to give assistance to the priest, to various priests that is in the diocese, priests in the parishes, priests in our local community, and of course to serve people of God wherever they are found. And their community, they have their service. It's one inscribed in our motto: love, service, and of course be responsible and be humble in carrying out these activities. So these are some of the activities that are carried out. We equally have income generating activities that the CMA cannot just sit and money will come from heaven, or manna come from heaven. We work in such a way that we generate our own income. We generate our own resources. You have groups like in Tiku, they have income generating groups. They're running what? They're running things like poultry farms. They're running nurseries. One of the groups, it may shock you to hear, they run an off license in Batokengeme. They have an off license. And so we are all encouraged. Some of them have maize farms, some have plantain farms. So the money generated from here helps to beef off the income the CMA in the respective parishes runs their activities. And which are these activities? Celebrations of feast days, helping the poor and the needy ones. We go to orphanages, we visit orphanages. We visit all handicap center, for instance, my 14 handicap center.
Yes.
We go there once in a while.
Ash.
Yeah, the Ash, thank you very much. We go to the Ash. We go to the orphanages. We go to the hospitals to give assistance to the hospitals. And of course to ourselves as well. When one person is sick, it's the whole group that is sick. So we pay visits there, pray with the person, pray for them, and encourage them to pray and to submit everything of their sufferings in the hands of God, not to be burdened and not to be overtaken by the illness and forget about the existence of a God who takes care.
Right.
So these are some of the activities to give you a rundown of some of them. And of course, when the bishop calls on us, we are there because he is our spiritual father. He is our head. We are under the authority of the bishop. And of course, like I said, it's an organization in the Catholic Church. Therefore, the bishop is its head.
Exactly.
The bishop is its head. And the respective parish priests are our chaplains. Are our respective chaplains. Of course, we have a diocesan chaplain who is currently
the Vicar General
of the diocese, Father Jude Adeosunbi, in Foyer de Charité. I give a big shout out to him. He was there yesterday trying to induct them on how they should comport in
the comportment ahead of the dedication. Of course, that's a very important one.
Yes, he was there yesterday. And of course, the other priests were equally there. They are all there to give us spiritual advice, spiritual guidance. It will interest you to know that we insist very much on how we carrying out our novena before the celebration of the feast day of St. Joseph,
right?
Which we just celebrated, the feast day of St. Joseph, husband of Mary. That's what we celebrated on the 19th, a few days ago. So before then, we have a 9-day novena, which is carried out by all the Catholic Men Association members in the diocese, in their respective parishes, in their branches, in fact, throughout the whole country. The President General insisted on that and wrote a letter to us. So we carry out this novena, where we pray every day for specific intentions, which individuals carry, and for the collective intentions. Like in our case this time around, we had the intention of the Pope, who has been very, very challenged with health problems. We had equally our Bishop, who equally survived. We thank God for his health.
Amen.
We survived the accident and the accident. So these were the specific intentions we had this time. Not forgetting the specific or individual intentions others had. And after that, we had the celebration, which culminated in the celebration of the feast day. But the bishop advised, which of course, like a father, he thinks and has a lot of foresight. He said it will be worthwhile that we'll have this celebration, not at respective parish levels, but we'll come together as a diocese and celebrate it as a diocese. That's why we're coming together on the 22nd, which is Saturday 22nd, tomorrow therefore, to have this celebration with all the members of the Catholic men in the Diocese of Buea. And the bishop, the chief shepherd himself, will be there to make sure that things move the way he had mandated and he had instructed.
That he perceives that will be the best.
Of course.
Right.
And he insisted this afternoon to us that everybody should be there on time. Mass is 9 o'clock and 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock. No, when people are coming in, 9 is when he is starting. And that all the dedicants and everybody should be present by 7:30. And I use the platform to insist that the bishop says that 7:30 everybody should be there.
Right. Let's just go straight away to the celebration of tomorrow, where I think is the most important thing. Yes. What will actually happen tomorrow? Brief us.
Yes, sir. I take a lot of respect from my president to announce this year, and I want to say, apologize if I don't say it as exactly as you want me to say it, but I think I take a lot of respect from my president to say that we having tomorrow triple celebrations of this big day, this big ceremony. Let me use a Latin word, this big ceremony. We'll be celebrating it tomorrow in God's time. What are the occasions? We have the Pontifical Mass, of course. The Pontifical Mass by our Chief Shepherd, Bishop Bibe Michael. And like I said earlier, it starts at 9 a.m. He will start in. And there will be dedicants who will be there. The dedicants will move in. And we insist they come with their wives. They are coming in with their wives. We're having 108 dedicants. 108 of them with their wives. So we're having a group of 216.
Okay.
Yes. It's not a big number yet, though. We actually wanted it to be more than that. But however, thank God, we're having 208. And they'll all be there. And of course, we have the Mass as the normal Mass goes on. We shall have things like the lectionary procession. It is done by the Deanery of Love, that is Munya. They will do the lectionary procession. I don't want to let the cat out to the back to say what kind of dance they're performing, but they'll be the one carrying out the lectionary procession. Right. And after that, we have the dedication itself. dedication and dedication rites that will be conducted by, the names will be called by the chaplain, the diocesan chaplain, and the various members of the hierarchy of the CMA will be there to make sure they usher these fellows to their standing positions. They will have their uniforms blessed, and after blessing their uniform, of course, their wives will be standing right behind them. Each person with a wife laying her hand on his shoulder, on his right shoulder, to when the bishop is pronouncing it. When they
those who don't have wife, what will they do?
No,
because I know there are some that
they don't have wives.
At least 5 persons there don't have wives.
So there are some who don't have wives.
Yes.
So they come with their mothers.
All right.
They come with their mothers.
Okay, that's fine.
They are advised to come with their mothers. You know, with their elder sisters.
They should just come with a lady.
They come. No, the lady. No.
Any kind of lady. No.
The church is very strict on that.
Okay.
Our bylaws, Article 5, is very, very strict on that. So they come with their mothers, with their wives, or with their elder sister, because the roles will be played by that. And they come after that, after this rite, the elder ones will help them now to go and put on their uniforms that have been blessed. They go and put on their new uniforms. The one what is he putting on? This is the diocesan uniform. This is what they'll be putting on tomorrow. They no longer be wearing white.
All right.
Wearing this is called diocesan uniform. They will coming on with that, and they will march into the front, and as they march in, they will be led in front there. The bishop will equally receive them there and pronounce the last words. Of course, we shall sing the litany of St. Joseph. You wanted to hear that. We sing the litany of St. Joseph because they will be solemnized and received in the family of Catholic Men Association. And we shall be blessed tomorrow to have the presence of the General President and some members of the
That's the national president.
The national
and
president.
members of the national ESCO.
National ESCO.
They'll be present there.
They'll be present there.
Of course, I think that this is the first occasion that you're having, the first major occasion after the dedication of the National Secretariat.
Yes, that is why it's important that all the members
are going to enjoy that facility. Now, we have been joined by the Vice President of CMA, that's the Catholic Men Association, the diocesan chapter, the diocesan executive, Mr. Ambe Cletus. We are happy that he's here. Mr. Ambe, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Mr.
St. Joseph.
Man of honor, pray for us.
Amen.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy.
Yes,
I understand the challenge.
rains and the whole thing have to disturb, and I had to go back to go and change the car to come with. It was not easy.
Yeah.
I think the president just kept on encouraging me that you should go push on for work.
Mr. Yannick, don't forget. He doubles as a Deanery President of Deanery of Faith, Muyuka. Yes, he's a Deanery President, Deanery of Faith, Muyuka. So he's sitting here in double capacity.
Okay. Right. So, of course, the big occasion finally is here. We saw it like it is far, but it's finally here. CMA is celebrating a triple occasion this Saturday: the dedication, the celebration of the 75th anniversary, and the feast of St. Joseph. Of course, I think that it's a highly anticipated event for all CMA members, but for the Christians of the Diocese of Okoye, isn't it?
It is, Mr. Yannick. I will start by greeting my brother, Branjikan, who is the liturgy master.
Yes.
I will try to greet also the CMA members who are watching us now. I think what is in my mind, we will have to thank them a lot for their words of wisdom, prayers that was extended to our patron, who also happened to be the Lord Bishop of the Diocese. After the Yokaduma accident, we want to assure them that the bishop is strong. Come tomorrow, they will meet him there. And if you come in their numbers, are ready to come and support him, not only in life, but also in the pastoral work that he's doing. As to your question of the importance and the bigness in the event of tomorrow, I think CMA in Boya Diocese is already conversant with such events. A triple event of that nature, that is You have the celebration of the St. Joseph Feast Day. You have the dedication of our members and the celebration of the 75th anniversary of the diocese. Should be the second time we are having a triple event. In 2003, we also celebrated a triple event, which was the celebration of St. Joseph Feast Day, dedication of our members, and raising of funds on that particular day in favor of our national secretariat, which we did. We were so happy on that day that the CMA of the diocese could raise an amount of up to 10 million and above in the fundraising. So they are already conversant with that. This time around, if there is no fundraising, but there is a church, and we are urging them to come in their numbers and ready to support exactly the bishop in all the pastoral works and the development that he's doing in the diocese.
Right. I was just asking Mr. Njikang, who has been elaborated so well. I think that we're going to be finding out from him again, but I want to talk with you briefly. How mobilized are the members of CMA to attend this event? I mean, we understand CMA is present in all the seven deaneries in the diocese of and of course they are active, but it could just be some few members in Boya deanery who are present. So how mobilized for the colorful event? Mind you, the diocese was very proud of CMA on the closing occasion of the 48th anniversary. Exactly. Very proud. It was a colorful event that was inundated with the colors of CMA.
Yes.
Can we be having a revisit of such momentous occasion tomorrow?
Now, what I will tell you, Mr. Yannick, is that the church first is a heretical church.
Yes.
And the hierarchical nature of the church goes to all the association that engulf the church. Just like CMA is a heretical association, where instruction comes from the diocesan president to the deanery presidents, from the deanery president to the parish presidents, and that is how exactly
mission station go to Christian community.
So that is how it is. I think perfect instructions have been given by the diocese. You hear my brother there was telling you that no, he's not just the vice president, he is also the president of a deanery. That is where now you are asking me.
Okay.
Yes. Now what mobilization has been done at the level of your deanery,
yes,
for you to get the maximum participation to make the day what it is.
Yes.
I will tell you that the mobilization has been done. Exactly. We have tried as much as possible to provide transportation for our members. You know, we have some difficulties financially to meet up, to make sure that we have maximum participation at the level of the diary. We have tried to provide some financial, some transport allocation.
Very important.
To attend.
To come.
Now, out of that, there is that euphoria. There is that euphoria at the level of the dedicants. They want to see, they want to belong, they want to be there. So they too, they have some amount of mobilization that they are making, telling their friends exactly to be there to accompany them. Take for example that you and an aspirant who is coming from Munyenge, St. Dominic Parish in Munyenge, you are not sure to have some family members here who are going to accompany you. And therefore, those who will be your family here will be your fellow CMA members, who are either coming from Munyenge, from Malindi, from Yoke, and in the other places. So those are the two areas which mobilization is being done to get a maximum participation. And we hope that exactly the call and the instruction that have been given from the hierarchy will be adhered to.
Right. We hope to see such colorful moments. The strategy that was used for the 48th anniversary, I think that it worked so well, and it should be the same. We want to see such mammoth crowd come up. Now, Mr. Njikang, you were elaborating for us the different activities that will take place. I think that you just continue from there. Right, because there are some very interesting ones that you have not caught yet. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. I think you should do it yet.
I want to once more greet my Vice President right here, Mr. Ambek Letus. Welcome from we call him Donald Trump. You know why we call him Donald Trump?
No.
He's a man of discipline.
Okay.
In the CMA, you must be straight and frank. You are not frank and straight, you fall out with the vice president. So he keeps things straight. He's vice president, he's general president, but he makes sure he gives a very strong hand to the Daisan president. So I would like to greet him and salute him for what he has said. First part, the most important part is the mass. That, and in the mass we had a dedication that has taken place. The second part, which is equally very, very important, which is part of the celebration, is the march past. We shall be doing march past according to dignitaries. The dignitary president and the vice president is hearing it with a lot of surprise, because I'm sure he has brought in more than 1,000 people, even those who are not CM member, to join, because we want to see the numbers. The bishop wants to see the numbers.
The bigger the number, the better.
Bigger the number, the better for him. And he knows, he counts. When we had our AGM in December, the bishop took note of dignitaries that were not well represented. He made comments. So this time he's looking for numbers. So the president, like my vice president here, they are mobilized towards that. We shall march according to our dignitaries with our billboards. Each dignitary will have his billboard. We're marching from there in front of the co-cathedral. You want me to say it? I'll say it right here. From our secretariat, we'll move right in front of the co-cathedral. We'll move in and come out while the bishop and all the other dignitaries will be sitting there watching us and pointing out errors where the errors. Those who are marching right, left instead of left, right. We shall take note of all that. After that, of course, we have their speeches. And the speeches, after the speech, we have awards. We have awards of certificates. So these dedicated members are given certificates. The certificates will be distributed to them by the chaplain, the assistant chaplain, who call them out and give their certificates. And of course, like you said, the euphoria, you see what it means. Their wives will run and hug them, but that will not be allowed at that time. All the certificates will be given out, and then they'll be given time now to be greeted by their relatives and loved ones. And then there will be photographs, family photographs and everything. After photographs, of course, we'll be going back to continue the other activities, which are what we have there for the speech from the Daisan president to greet all of us and talk to us. And he may have a lot of surprises. I don't want to. I'm not mandated to let the cat out of the bag here. But there'll be surprises. Just come there, come and do your coverage. You'll discover the surprises. Right. There will be surprises tomorrow from the diocesan president.
Right.
After the surprises, then we'll have reactions from some of the dedicants. They will tell us how their training has been, because like you say, they've gone through training for 18 months. They went to tutelage for 18 months, being schooled in the
doctrine. That's 1 year, 6 months.
1 year, 6 months, 18 months, yes. They had various rights, right of aspirant, right of dedication, right of exam. They had all this done, 18 months.
And they wrote exams.
They wrote exams. They did write exams.
Yes.
The vice president there can tell you how he fell out with some of his people in Muyuka who could not write well, who could not represent him well. They had to write exams. And they went around all the dignitaries, making sure that the examinations were conducted. And after the exams, they didn't end there. They went and trained them. I remember they had training. Some of the things that they did not learn during their classes, their lessons, they were being taught on the last thing. So much so that if you think that you didn't belong or you didn't want to belong, you had an option to leave before this final day of tomorrow. That's why the Daisan president and some of his team members went around to talk to people. After all that, now we shall be moving to the speech, of course, by the general president, president general who will be there, the national president. He too will make a statement. Then our bishop, of course, will be talking to us. Will give us reactions. Whether he was pleased or not, I don't want to say. I'm not the bishop, and I'm not mandated to say.
His remarks are always positive. Remember that you're celebrating the 75th anniversary, so him being the face for the 75th anniversary, definitely be thanking you for putting up a great show like that. Now, we're talking about the men of honor who will mobilize themselves and converge on the Divine Mercy Cathedral tomorrow from 9 a.m. The mass starts. Like you have indicated, the bishop is really insistent on time. But then, Is it just an event for CMA members? Or are there room for the Christians of the Diocese of Boya to also partake?
Actually, I think before I go to your question,
Right.
Yannick, from what my brother Rajikan just said, one of the innovation that is coming out in this dedication process for 2025 is that the dedicants will receive their dedication certificate on the same day. Now, this has been a cry. We have had situations where people have been dedicated and they stay for 2-3 years and they even get missing somewhere and they have never received their dedication certificate. I think this time around they are going to get their dedication certificate. On the issue of the proof leading to dedication, it has been very rough. Maybe if we have time, we'll have to talk about it.
I think we should. But I was going to talk about challenges anyway. But I think that you're coming there.
Today, if you ask that, is the occasion meant purely for CMA members or other persons can be joined or do it? I will tell you that if you look at the beginning of the year, when exactly the celebration for the 75th anniversary was launched, the bishop did it in so much that a program was created for everybody to be part.
Yes.
All the action and prayer groups, equally as all the parishes in the various deaneries, had their time to celebrate. In the real sense of the word, this time like this is the time for the CMA members to come and celebrate.
It's your time.
Yes. But normally, you can't celebrate alone.
That's right.
When another person was celebrating, the person invited you.
Yes.
If he did not invite you, out of courtesy as a Christian of the church, you were there to celebrate with them because it's an anniversary that concerns all of us.
Exactly.
So, notwithstanding that actually it is the time for the CMA to celebrate, it is not close to the CMA. Other Christian lovers, other persons who love the CMA, those who have been invited also will be there to join the CMA for the celebration. Yes.
Right.
Just to add to him, just to let you know that as I came, I was rushing in from the Co-Cathedral. It has a capacity of 1,500 seats,
And more.
and we have put in near 1,700 seats. CMA put together, we're about 1,000 all put together with invitees, wives, and everybody. So the rest of the seats are meant for the other Christians who will be joining us. The Christians of the Dinet of Obedience, that's Moliko. Most of them will come to come and see their uncles and their cousins being
it's mostly them
dedicated
having that
CMA.
dedication. Yes.
The Christians of Dinet of Love, that's Munya, My 16, Bumaka, Ekona, especially Ekona, they are very enthusiastic. They are warming up for it because they have not had CMA dedications in Ekona for quite some time. So the 6 of them who have come up, they are mobilizing. I'm sure the whole of Ekona parish will be there. Yeah, watch it.
St. John of God Parish, Ekona.
Yes. So that is what I'm saying.
St. John Paul the
St. John Paul the second
parish.
Yes. And like he said, Munyenge, yesterday we had all the dedicants coming for some induction, which was conducted by the San Chaplain. People came in from Munyenge, Kata, and came with their bikes. And you know what it means when you talk about Munyenge, Kata, Bafia area. Those Okada riders,
resilient.
The race and
they are very resilient.
They are very resilient. So we expect they'll be there in their numbers tomorrow. Mark you, if you don't come, Mr. Yane, you are not there in time, you will not have any seat.
Yes, I can imagine. It's going to be a very mammoth occasion.
Yeah, but you were asking a question that why? Why? Because the CMA is there. Take for example is that 3 years ago, as I said, we had about approximately 240 dedicants who were dedicated on that day. Today, as the liturgy master have just said, we have 107 dedicants. Now, if you take that, each of the 107 dedicants is bringing about 3 persons. There are people who come with all of their families. Papa would like exactly the children to come and see how he's being received. how you been solemnized in the church. So those are all the participation we are talking about. People come, members will come with their families, people will come with their friends. May don't be surprised that after the celebration, there are parties back at home.
Mm-hmm. Of course, definitely, it's the Christmas day
But
of all these dedicants.
But definitely, remember,
mm-hmm.
there is one thing which the bishop once said when in his weekly teaching. He said, people easily remember the day they were born, but do not remember the day they received baptism. You receive baptism, you receive first of all communion, you receive confirmation. You receive holy matrimony, and now you are being admitted into the school of St. Joseph, into the circles of friends of those who are proven within the norms of the church to belong to the school of St. Joseph. At least you would like one or two persons, even friends, to come and observe what exactly is taking place there. So that is exactly what is going to make all the attendance.
I think it's a worth attending occasion. I think every Christian is supposed to attend this occasion. Very important. Now, I think along the line there were some challenges. Yes, I want you to share with us, and even the CMA. I mean, there's always this tendency of personal challenges, dealing with spiritual issues, belonging to a very important group like CMA also faces challenges, and also even the socio-political challenge that we have, CMA must have been going through. I want you to share with us from at the level of training these dedicants and returning to members, to generally the challenge of even putting up the structure and all of that. What are some of the challenges CMA so far since its inception?
Now, I will go first to the end.
Okay.
The first challenge is that all the members to be dedicated have a form which they will have to fill and sign after having taken the oath of promise in front of their parish priest. They call it the
right?
The right of something is that the
right
attestation not belonging
to a
sect.
To a sect. Not belonging to a sect.
Which means that before you are dedicated, we want to assure the association through the spiritual directors, the diocesan director, spiritual director, and the various parish priests who are there, want to be assured that this what you are doing is purely for religious purposes or spiritual purposes. Now that is one of the challenges which is there. Now, throughout the lane, maybe I have about 25 years experience in CMA, the Catholic Association. When this issue of dedication started, at the time we had the first diocesan president, Brother Elias Joe.
Memory.
They tried to have tailored the dedication in a particular way. Now, the members took it for simplicity. And you discover that at that time, people just turn around and they were dedicated. As the time passes, the various hierarchy, led by the diocesan chaplain, who at one time has been a national chaplain, came out with other models of somebody to be dedicated. You had now to go through a course that was divided into 3 phases. The first one was 6 months, the other one would take 6 months, the other one would take 6 months. You start with the right of election, the right of promise, and the right of dedication. And there are so many things that you were supposed to do for you to be dedicated. Now, members saw it to be very, very difficult. They didn't want to go through that process. They didn't even want to believe that the road to Jesus is not smooth, it's rough. They keep on complaining, they keep on doing this. Now, major aspects came in. And there was now this issue that if you were not married and married in church, you were not to be dedicated.
Right.
They wanted to be assured that you were a communicant. If you were married polygamously, they must be, you were even refused because the law that they say that CMA doesn't accept polygamous marriage.
So not just CMA, the Catholic Church does not accept polygamous marriage.
We are talking about CMA.
The men of honor.
We are talking about the men of
The
honor.
men of honor, yes.
The men of honor fall within the barum of the church.
Yes.
Yes. It is inscribed in our
Constitution.
Yeah, in our constitution, in
Article 5.
statute. Exactly. That is so. That is another aspect that has faced a lot of challenges. Now, 3 years ago, just as what we are getting today, I think the Daisan president not getting it easy. The ordinary presidents are not getting it easy. I'm talking now because I'm a ordinary president. You make the rules and you put it and you want to see one member because there is no president. And you know, my wife was sick, I was here like this, I will do this and so forth. My one very old member in the CMA came and was telling me that no, the wife had is sick and is in the hospital, so when they will come, they will do the marriage after the dedication. I said no, we cannot do marriage after the dedication. Dedication before, he's married before dedication. And he has been put out of the list. Now, besides the spiritual aspect, which is there is also the participatory aspect. Before you are being dedicated, you are sure, the general presidents must be sure that you have been able to pay your dues for the past 3 years. You come, the document you come in front, you have to bring your church contribution card and your baptismal card. You will discover a man of honor will come in front of you preparing to go to dedication where for the past 2 years he has not been paying church contribution.
That's a man of dishonor.
Yeah, that's not a man of dishonor. That is why you see them rushing now to the parish priest,
yes,
to go and
update their financial status.
Their church contribution card. So we have decided not to institute it. In every of our AGM, it's a period for us to check your church contribution card. There were times I had that situation in Malindi where some people had a problem when the priest said that no, they have not even participated in the harvest. But as a men of honor, they have not participated in the harvest. They were forced now to run in now to come and check in for the harvest for this and so forth. So those are some of the challenges. Another aspect of challenge related to performance and activity is this problem of financial contribution. Some members are seeing it as if it's too much. Meanwhile, if you go to the details, you will discover that it's absolutely nothing substantial. If you are to look at it, the bare minimum. And that is what has touched the president. And for this particular year, the president has reduced the dues from 10,500 to 7,500 at the level of the diocese to permit now everybody
to participate.
With this and that.
That's interesting.
Now, what now is going to be done is an improvement of the financial presentation. They don't know that the challenges that we have in terms of supporting our chief shepherds in the various projects and everything in the diocese needs a lot of money. And where do you get it? It's only from the members. They forget he is the patron of our association. Yes. So those are the challenges which they met. When you go towards the period of dedication like that, you discover now that the people now are running to come now and get themselves regularized, to regularize themselves and see that they meet the criteria for them to be dedicated. Definitely we are waiting after the dedication. We will now see exactly what they become of the CMA.
Right.
By this particular year, we had been expecting the total membership of the diocese to be around 1,200 to 1,300. You hear my brother was saying that they are expecting about 1,000 people in the hall. It is based on this mathematics that we see and we are putting.
Right.
Yeah, Mr. Yannick,
Thank you very much. I think we're definitely going to be rounding up now.
Yes.
So you are going to put your thoughts together as your concluding remarks. Just put in the conclusion. And I want you to conclude by making a fervent appeal to the Christians watching us to be part for tomorrow's occasion. But start up with what you wanted to say.
Yes, very, very snappily. When he said the president has reduced the annual dues, let you not think that it's the president alone.
Yes,
it was done in the General Assembly meeting.
Okay,
all the members
General
decided to take off what could be scrapped and that everything. So it was agreed by the general body at Bishop in small support in December.
Right.
That is the little clarification I wanted to make.
Right.
Then to make an appeal that tomorrow mass starts at 9 o'clock. We're all expected to be there at 7:30. Especially the dedicants, 7:30. To be there, and all of us CMA members should be there by, Bishop said we should be seated by 8 o'clock, so that we dot the I's and cut the T's, as people say in your parlance. We do that. And I'd like to, I won't leave without saying this, that the CMA members should come with their gifts in kind and cash. In kind and cash. We are celebrating the feast day of St. Joseph, the husband of Mary. We are celebrating the 75th anniversary of our diocese, and we're equally celebrating dedication. So, Muyuka, Deanery of Faith Muyuka is right here, the dean is right here. You're supposed to expect from them plantains and yams. We expect from them.
And some fowls and some goats.
Fowls and goats, fruits, oranges, pineapples, and the rest of them. We expect from Deanery of Humility, Tico. We expect, of course, toilet rolls, palm oil, and palm oil.
Vegetable oil too.
Vegetable oil, thank you very much. Deanery of Justice, butter, some dry fish, that is near Mudeka now, dry fish and fresh fish. Deanery of Love, Munya, yams, potatoes, plantains. Deanery of Modesty, Limbe, groundnut oil, palm oil, vegetable oil, you said a few minutes ago. Deanery of Obedience, that is the host, of course, a lot of tomatoes and yams. And the big deanery, the biggest of all deaneries, Deanery of Peace, bags and bags of rice and trays and trays of eggs. They should come accompanied by these things. If they can't carry, let their wives carry with them. If their wives can't carry, the children should carry. And everybody should be there tomorrow, come 22nd at 7:30 to kickstart the mass. And there will be a lot of surprises. Like I said, come and discover what will happen tomorrow.
Come and discover what will happen tomorrow. So, Mr. President, your final thoughts before we take leave of our program tonight.
Yes, thank you. I think Buranji Kang has a little bit concluded most of the aspects which is required from the members as they come. I just hope that they may be watching us now as we are talking here like this, because they have the attitude of staying away. I want to tell the members that this is actually a trial. We can't hide it. Our chief shepherd has been complaining about us, about our participation in diocesan events. And this is the time when we have to showcase that we are there and make the promise of always accompanying him in most, if not all, of the diocesan events that he has been organizing there. He has said it to them. I think that he is coming now out of an encouragement of what he saw during the time of the National Episcopal
the 48th anniversary
that took place.
The 48th Seminar of Bishops.
I think our members should not make him lose sight of that. That euphoria should continue, because he has always been beside us, accompanying us all where we are going, making our programs and doing things so that we should feel that belonging, that he is there with us. And therefore, there's no need for us to fail him. Yes, we should be there. I think at the beginning, when I started, I said we should get ourselves ready to come to support, not only in health, but also in pastoral activities.
So, very important.
Yes, we also thank the authorities of DMR TV to have been able to give us this opportunity to come and talk to our members and talk to our wives and children who are in the house, who have the opportunity to be watching us
And the admirers. We have many young Christians, men who want to be part of a CMA. We didn't even talk about what it takes to be a member of CMA, because it seems to be some elitist group.
No, actually, they have reduced it. For you to belong to in the CMA nowadays from 25 years.
Right.
25 years of age, you are eligible to belong to CMA. Yes. And on the condition that you are not doing concubinage, you are not living with anybody. You are either not married at that early age, or you are married, or you are living single. Yes. Now the authorities of the CMA at the national and international level thought that it would have been good for us to start molding people and giving the ethics of the association, so that when they get up to a certain level, they will be there, not getting old people who are already stagnant with some ideas. So I was saying that we thank the CRTV, the DMR TV. We thank also the authorities of the diocese, which is represented by the bishop. We will want to thank also our chaplain, Reverend Father Mbi, whom all this time has been working relentlessly and having the blows from where this parish priest calling, I've not seen this, or my Christian, I've not seen this, and he will pass a lot of time explaining to you why exactly that your Christian has not met the criteria to be dedicated.
And even some of our priests, Father Wongebe was there with us yesterday for induction. Father Wongebe, Father Siben was there this afternoon, and they all came around. Father P. Emmanuel, the diocesan MC, they're all there. We want to thank them for what they're doing for CME, especially in relation to the triple occasions of tomorrow.
Right. Thank you very much. Mr. Ambe Cletus, you're the Vice President of the Catholic Men Association in the Diocese of Boya. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Yannick. I think I have a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
And be with my brother. We are always available, and when we have our occasion, we'll come and knock on your doors.
Thank you.
And we pray that probably the doors will be open for us.
Most definitely. Our doors are always open, especially for men of honor like you. Thank you very much for coming, Mr. Jikan Gabriel, the diocesan liturgy master for CMA. Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure, and I'm honored. Very, very flattered, Mr. Yannick, with all the flowers you have thrown on me. But thank God, and thank you for the work you're doing, for the job you're doing, and keep it up. And like I said, tomorrow be there, and even be on time, as you may not have a seat.
Yeah, we pray everyone has a seat. Of course, it's going to be an occasion that will be jam-packed, but then everyone will be treated as an August guest. So make yourself available tomorrow. Where will you be tomorrow if you're not at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral to celebrate with the Catholic Men Association? Of course, you're definitely going to be there. DMR TV will be at the center of the event. We'll definitely be having live commentaries and the live event of that occasion. You definitely want to watch us. I am Yannick Funky for presentation. Many thanks to Ngwan Kindness for manning the broadcasting and transmission. We'll see you again on Monday. Good night.